What's going on, y'all? So, we're back with another Stargirl review. This time for Stargirl Season 3, Episode 4, titled the Frenemies, Chapter 4. Yeah, Chapter 4, The Evidence. This episode was good. It dealt with, they quickly, dealt with what happened with Sylvester. Not entirely, but they quickly just got to it. It made it a part of the episode good enough to where it wasn't like its own little mystery. Overall, I liked the episode. I liked the pace. It was a little bit of teen drama, but it was still good. But I guess you expect that from a CW show, right? But let me give you a synopsis. Then we're going to further break it down. What I mean. It says, after one of Sylvester's plans results in an unexpected outcome, Pat calls upon an old friend for help. Beth uncovers a new suspect in their murder investigation. Courtney reaches out to Cameron. So, the whole Courtney really didn't shoot up as did she shoot up? Yeah, she did. She did shoot up as Stargirl. But that was only after, after they found Sylvester. And Cameron, he plays a little bit of a he plays a lot, even being revealed, his superpowers to a certain person. But yeah, they found Sylvester. They nursed her back to help. The big mystery of this episode was that why did Sylvester go back to the gambler's trailer park? And they quickly found out he went there to go find new clues since everything hit a dead end. And the whole point of this be called the evidence, because the evidence in this episode, the new evidence they find pushed them to a new suspect, a suspect that they thought dead. Also, this person that Pat calls, we kind of get into the whole how did Sylvester come back, and how did he back to life or whatnot. And this character actually reveals a lot. They give us a good insight to it. Even though when they did it, they made it seem like it was more so an educated guess, but it was like he was confident, like 98% sure that's what happened to Sylvester. Sylvester goes through basically like a little mini crisis of whether or not his actions are resulted. It results, So Baron, trying to find the right words. Maybe he contemplates on whether or not, because of his latest actions and what has transpired, whether or not he should, hang it up permanently as Starman instead of just switching on and off. This also worries Courtney because she realized that what happened to Sylvester was because Sylvester didn't have the staff with him at the time because buying to their agreement. So they come up with a new agreement. But yeah, as Beth with the help of this other person, they come across first Beth and Courtney, when she shoots up at Stargirl, they go investigate further for where Sylvester left off, only to not really find anything until the last moment where Beth discovers something, and then Beth, along with this mysterious person, analyzes and finds out that it belongs to this particular bad guy that he thought was dead that the JSA took care of, but now they believe this person is alive and living underground in the underground tunnels of Blue Valley. Courtney's brother and his friend, the dude who got the pen, the genie pen thing. I can't remember that particular hero's name, but they get into a little mischief trying to figure out on their own who is the killer and going around doing all these crimes. Cindy didn't really play a role that much in this episode, but beyond still looking suspicious. But we do find out the reason why she was keeping her distance in this episode, because she's going through some type of metamorphosis, as you will. Courtney also revealed to the rest of the group, this is like a continuation from last season where, with her and Sydney was stuck in the Shadowlands. She finally revealed to the rest of the group what she actually saw when it comes to Sydney in the Shadowlands, which gives them a new perspective of Sydney, and how her life is pretty much a tragic tale, if you will. And I think it was more so about how her father treated her, and basically didn't treat her like a daughter. And Courtney, I guess she mentioned this because how the rest of the team was treating her, and she always suspected her and not really giving her a chance. So she told them this to try to, get them to ease up and actually try to see it from her perspective why she do the things she does, because she really didn't have the love and care as so much of them, or as them got. Let alone the guy who was our man, he really could relate to it, because him and Cindy share a similar upbringing, if you will, with abuse and stuff. And I'm guessing her metamorphosis is a result of those experimental abuse that she suffered from her father. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Sylvester goes on, like I said, he reflects and decides where he makes a decision whether or not he really going to give up being Starman or not. Pat also helps him with that, but Pat also helps him try to find balance too. Cameron, like I said, his secret is revealed to a particular person, and that particular person helps him tries to is basically there for him and helps him control it for a good purpose. But the thing is, here you find out that somebody is trying to manipulate Cameron into thinking that his father was not a villain. Trying to see, is there anything else I need to talk about when it comes to Stargirl? I don't think there was really any fight scenes in this episode. No, I don't think it was a fight scene in this episode. You do get to see how Beth's parents, her mother being a doctor, now she's like an integral part to the team. Now they can actually bring themselves to her, if they get injured. So that's I like that little neat little story detail. But yeah, this episode was a pretty solid episode. It was more about the evidence than fighting and whatnot. You got to see people kind of bonding and kind of moving on. I'm going to give this episode, I know the last time I gave this an 8, and this episode, for the first time, I would say it dipped a little bit lower than that. I almost want to give it a 6 like I did She-Hulk. But I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give this episode of Stargirl a 7 just because it was just 1% more entertaining than She-Hulk was, because I was invested into the story more so here than I was in She-Hulk. Yeah, it was an interesting story. It didn't really push the needle in further as giving them a person, but we don't know that person that the new suspect is really truly back or not. Or maybe they just picked up something from somebody who was with that exact person's DNA. We don't know. We'll find out in the next episode. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Stargirl. And if you enjoyed this review video, you hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you enjoyed this video so much you want to support the channel, all you got to do is hit those buttons, guys. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. Side note here, just a random thought. I've been going back, I've been bored, so I've been going watching shows that I haven't watched before. I really just got into Teen Wolf. Not afraid to mention that. But yeah, peace out.